Having spent several hours recovering vehicles and clearing trees, time was no longer on our side, and our hopes of finding a camp before dark are fading away.
Oh, nowhere near as cold as the night before, although it did rain at one stage and we had a bit of a pool on our awning and I forgot to put one of the poles down to let it drain, so we ended up with a pool that was dripping on top of the swag, so it was like torture, and it took me a while to get out of bed and actually go and sort it out, but no, nice and warm, nice and dry. We've got to go through the trucks this morning and really sort out some things after yesterday. Things go flying, you use things, you don't put them back exactly how they're supposed to be, so we've got a few hours or at least an hour to just sort everything out, reset everything and get ready for the next trip today.
What's for breakfast?
Bacon and eggs and bacon, I should say, and hash browns. We don't have eggs, forgot them.
Good morning. I'm packing up the tent. Our swag, it's nice and dry and warm with our warm ARB sleeping bags, and you can zip them together so we can still cuddle.
So it's the morning after the 42nd traverse and we've camped right at the end of it. It's a bit warmer than it was yesterday, which is nice. Look, it's a track that I probably won't have to do again in a hurry. It was really technical, which I really enjoyed. A bit of winching, but it was also really tight, and there's a lot of new bush rash on the truck. Scott took his new Hilux through and it ended up with quite a few scratches on it, and he's going to have to get it cut and polished. So, I mean, you can get through it, no problem at all, but be prepared to do a lot of work with a machete and a chainsaw to cut your way through if you don't want any bush rash. It's time to air up our tyres and we're going to go for a bit of a drive up on the other side of Mount Ruapehu. As day breaks, we find ourselves camped at the end of the 42nd traverse and next to the mighty Whakapapa River. With the coffee kicking in, we pack up and head south on Highway 4 and then east on Highway 47 to Mills Flat, where we explore some fantastic caves. With today's goal being more overland based, we head east to a secret campsite at the foothills of Mount Ruapehu. But with a roadblock in place, we are forced to reroute and make camp at the base of the Kaimanawa Ranges.
So far we have a GoPro with the video screen not working, and Lars dropped the tripod out the back of the car, so now that's broken. The hazards of four-wheel driving, I tell you. We need more pockets, more storage, and maybe that would be good. And it's been drizzling the whole time, so everything's damp, but you know, you trek through, you make it work, and you eat a lot of soup.
Hey Mike, there's this little campsite on the right we were looking at yesterday on the map, so we just go and have a look at it.
Yep, sounds good. Sounds like a plan. You said it was 4-drive access only, so we'll see how gnarly it is.
You see that sign back there saying road not maintained, 2-wheel drive vehicles? Hey, here are these caves that we saw the sign for. You guys want to go for a bit of a walk? It's only 5 minutes. Yeah, we've got time. Keen to see what lies at the end of the trail, we pack up our torches and head off. Sometimes you just have to get out of your vehicle and go on a hike to get the full experience of the place you're travelling.
Teddy! Nah.
Thanks, mate. So this is one of the reasons why we go overlanding and exploring, is just to find places like this. How cool are these caves, you know? We went up to have a look at this campsite and come across these caves. This is why you really need to get out there and explore.
We went down these caves and you get to a T intersection, you can do a big loop and come back up around where you were, or you can go all the way through.
Come on, buddy, let's go. Ooh, I warmed up a little bit going up that hill. That was cool, man. I reckon from the plan here, we'll head over onto the desert road, grab the Tukano ski field, and I'm pretty excited to see this little campsite you promised us.
Yeah, no, sounds good.
So I'm just looking on the our maps, and coming up on the left, there's another road basically like this that brings you a bit further up the highway in the direction you want to go. So instead of backtracking, I might just take a left and take that one. Got that? How close are we to the road?
Just about there, maybe 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah. Maybe 2 kilometers.
Yeah, looking at the map, we're only about 2 kilometres from the main road again. Oh, we'll push on through to the desert road, eh?
Sounds good.
Yeah. How are you doing for lunch?
I'm alright. Use some sunglasses though.
Yeah. I'm just standing on the intersection on the, from the 46 and the Highway 1. They've closed the road, the desert road. They're maintaining bridges apparently. So our plan is we're going to find a campsite for the night and then we'll meet up with you tomorrow morning if you're still happy. That's right, yeah. Okay, we'll see you in the morning. Thanks, Robert. Bye.
That's the sisters there. Because that's where, so that's Tukino, that's the road up to Tukino, and then that's the camp spot down through that road.
Okay.
There.
And is there, does it look like there's any tracks around?
How we cross the river,
Yep.
you could go north or south, and there's a cross back, I don't know what it would be like, but
We can go in for a look.
We can go and have a little squeeze, and if we can't get past the bridges, we just camp.
Yeah, okay. No, let's do that. Speaking to the guards at the gatehouse, they gave us special permission to pass the barriers and access the Kaimanawa Road.
Mate,
How you
what
going?
are you up to on this, eh?
It wasn't long where we found ourselves back on a remote gravel road, and we couldn't help but wonder how spectacular this place would look in the wintertime covered in snow. The cool thing driving around here with all these big rivers around the place is that New Zealand produces so much green power. All of these hydroelectric power stations are dotted around the place, and they're pretty cool to check out, the big dams and things like that. And the road in was pretty spectacular in itself too. Finding a little campsite next to the river and a dam, and for the first in a very long time, we've set up camp with a few hours of daylight to spare. So I've literally just pulled up the camp, and before I do anything else, I'm going to get out my Red Arc solar panel. Just still got a few hours of daylight left, and I really want to make the most of it just to get those batteries charged up, keep them topped up, so we can sit around the campfire longer tonight.
So we've got camp, like I said a bit earlier, and we're just setting up our tents for the night, and I've got the use of the ARB rooftop tent for the evening. So all it is real simple to do. It's zipped all the way around the bottom. On the bag, all you do is you unpop the support straps and unzip it the rest of the way. It's a little bit tricky on the back of this just because of the way I've got the rack set up. It's a little bit of fluffing around, but it works really good. And then all you do is just pull the zip, undo the velcro, and then you just pull the ladder down like this. Sometimes the mattress likes to get a little bit stuck in there when you've got extra foam in there like I have, just for that extra comfort of when you're away for more than a couple of nights at a time. Pop that down, away you go. Pull this out.
We've been sleeping in this for the last couple of nights. And I've got to say it's been really waterproof and quite warm with temperatures of around 5 degrees at night. We've been quite warm in here. So we're going to set it up. I was actually really impressed with this swag yesterday, going through the 42nd traverse, and we had it up on the roof and it took some abuse, I'll tell you that. So these things are actually quite simple to set up. There's only a few poles. One on this end at the foot end, one through the middle and one through the end, and then there's two that go and hold the thing up. And it's really nice because the swag really doesn't sag on you, doesn't collapse in on you at all. You don't feel claustrophobic inside, unlike some other swags that really feel like a bit of a coffin. It's a really great option if you've got kids and things like that. If you've got a rooftop tent and you want to throw some kids in on the swag, they're fantastic. They literally only take about 2 minutes to set up. And you put them underneath the awning and you don't even know it's raining, like we found out last night.
Hey Lars,
Yeah mate.
my battery for my drone's gone, so any chance I could borrow your inverter to charge it?
Yeah, no problem. I've got that Red Arc battery management system, so I'll plug that in and I'll let you know when it's full.
Awesome, thanks for that.
So what we have here is Red Arc's Manager 30. That charges 30 amps through the alternator, 240 volt and solar, and that charges our 100 amp hour lithium ion battery by Revolution Power Australia. As you can see, we've got all our camera gear charging, extra batteries for the cameras, all our lighting, the drone batteries, it's all plugged in and charging. It also runs our entire camp life setup, where it runs the fridge, all the lights, things like that. It's been charging all day today and we'll be sitting here all night. We've got the solar panel out for the morning, so as soon as the bit of sun comes in, it'll start charging for us again. This whole trip we've been talking about that we're going to go for a swim, so we think tonight is the perfect night to go in. It's pretty dark. I just put my feet on the grass and the grass is cold, so this is going to be interesting. Let's go, mate. Here we go. There's no chickening out of it now because it's on camera. Whew. I can't feel my legs already.
Okay.
Stay, Tess.
Ready? 3, 1, 2, 3.
Tess.
Yeah, that's definitely glacial water. The water's got to be about 4 degrees or 5 degrees. That is cold.
Talk about doing a cold beer swim.
Warming up next to the fire with a hot bowl of soup. Our conversation is full of anticipation about what tomorrow would bring. Next time on episode 3, we get the opportunity to explore a large station just south of Wairuru. The Max tracks strike again. Lars stands in the middle of a giant burnt out tree, and we finally get the chance to drive up the side of Mount Ruapehu.